The U.S. Department of Justice has released a massive new trove of documents related to the late financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, reopening public scrutiny of one of the most controversial criminal cases in modern American history. The release follows mounting pressure from lawmakers, transparency advocates, and survivors who have long demanded full disclosure how Epstein was able to operate for decades while maintaining ties to powerful individuals across politics, business, and global society. Please subscribe, like, and share to support us. Thanks. The newly published records include court filings, internal DOJ communications, investigative reports, flight logs, witness statements, and previously sealed exhibits tied to Epstein's federal prosecutions and civil cases. While many of the documents reference material already known through earlier lawsuits and reporting, the scope of the release is unprecedented, offering a fuller picture of the government's handling of the Epstein investigation before and after his 2019 arrest. Justice Department officials emphasize that the release is part of a legal obligation under recent transparency measures rather than the result of new criminal findings. According to the DOJ, the documents do not currently support additional federal charges, though officials said the review process remains ongoing and future prosecutions are not entirely ruled out if actionable evidence emerges. The disclosure has reignited anger among Epstein survivors and advocacy groups, many of whom argue that the government failed to protect victims both during Epstein's lifetime and after his death. Several victims' attorneys have criticized the release for exposing sensitive personal information, saying some files contain names and identifying details that should have been redacted. Legal motions have already been filed asking courts to intervene and ensure stricter protections for victims referenced in the records. Public reaction has been swift and intense, particularly online, where unverified claims and speculation have spread rapidly. The files mention numerous high-profile figures, including politicians, royalty, business executives, and celebrities who had social or professional contact with Epstein. Legal experts caution that appearing in the documents does not imply criminal wrongdoing, noting that many names are included as witnesses, associates, or third-party references rather than suspects. International fallout has also followed the release, as foreign officials named in correspondence or travel records face renewed questions about their past interactions with Epstein. In some cases, political figures abroad have stepped down or issued public denials, underscoring the global reach of Epstein's social network and the enduring sensitivity of the case. Epstein died by suicide in a federal jail in August 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges, a death that fueled widespread conspiracy theories and public distrust of federal institutions. His death effectively ended the criminal case against him, but civil litigation and investigative reporting have continued to uncover details about how he evaded accountability for years. The DOJ maintains that the release represents a step toward transparency in a case that has long symbolized institutional failure. Still, critics argue that true accountability remains elusive, pointing to unanswered questions about plea deals, prosecutorial decisions, and a lack of consequences for others who may have enabled Epstein's crimes. As the documents continue to be examined by journalists, lawyers, and the public, the Epstein case once again sits at the center of a national reckoning over power, privilege, and justice, with survivors insisting that disclosure alone is not enough without meaningful accountability.